Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is Brave Cat here once again with the geophysical updates, and I'm here on Frontier Signals. Just a few kind of quick updates on here, and I want to make this video relatively short. So just a few changes here. I made the map a little bit smaller because, like, when you scroll past it, there's a chance that your mouse will just like start scrolling the map, which was getting a bit annoying. I added these into sections to make things a little bit more optimized, so that, you know, if you want to go to a specific thing, you don't have to scroll endlessly for it. And then the other major thing here I was working on is the About section. So I've got kind of a basic thing here with a whole bunch of references and links, which I can add on to and create little individual sections for each thing. So we've got a few solar and space weather related ones, including the NOAA magnetic declination viewer. You got some earthquake stuff, some volcanism stuff, wind map, and then you have the geoscore.world, which I guess I can just kind of show this really quick. And then, of course, slowerkillshot.org. So this is a relatively new kind of source here. So I don't know, let's just pick something at random, you know. How's I don't know, Houston, Texas? How's that place looking for advanced disaster safety calculator? Probably not great. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Because it is right next to the Gulf here, you know, it's right next to the ocean. So yeah, if, you know, a giant tsunami was heading in here, yeah, Houston's not a good place to be. Now, of course, you know, that's, of course, besides some of the other frontier kind of things involving the ECDO kind of stuff, which, oh, you know what, that's a link I need to add, is Junho's website. So yeah, that's an idea. But I mean, this is a good website if you want to know if you're actually in a safe zone or not when it comes to kind of, you know, more kind of global catastrophism level things, or, you know, if a huge earthquake happened to strike, you know, off the coast somewhere, creating a tsunami that way. This can also be a good tool for that. Because that's mostly what this is doing here, is it's looking at your elevation and distance from water. But anyways, that's just one of the examples here. So I want to add more and kind of organize these a little bit better, but it's nice to have those. Most of these are the things that I use on a daily, such as the tremor map, which, you know, I should probably just kind of pull some of these up because I don't have them up here. And I'm just going to go through just a little bit of the earthquake stuff, because South California is still having interesting activity. Let's see what's going on here really quick. So it looks like that is current. Looks like the same thing going on here. So this is kind of, I think I might know why this is like a separate thing from what we would normally see on here. I think, as far as I know, again, I'm always learning things. This is more specifically for the actual, like, slow slippage on the plate boundary itself. So like this, I guess this is specifically more for the Juan de Fuca plate. Like, you know, that whole kind of section of the subduction zone. So when we see these tremors here, it you know, it just means there is some slippage, some movement happening. So I mean, there's been times where I look at this and there's like 400 to 600 in one day, or it's, you know, it's going along the whole thing. So it kind of goes from Vancouver all the way down here. So anyways, that's looking pretty much the same as it did yesterday. This is another link I have on here. Hold on. This is just kind of extra graphs and stuff, which I should be able to pull some of these directly and also put them in the space weather feed section. And I had a few other ideas for things to add, like the Schumann Resonance. I mean, nothing, astrological or, planetary alignment stuff. Like, the possibilities are endless, because this, like I said, is going to be an all-in-one dashboard, and I really do mean all-in-one. Pretty much anything I can get my hands on that is like open source and reliable, I will be using. So yeah, what's going on here in South California, it was not just one event, and the aftershocks are going crazy. So like the total amount is like closing in on 400 aftershocks, which, okay, this was uploaded today at some point. And okay, a lot of these are like tremors and really small aftershocks. But again, quite a number of them are in the 3 range, and then we have another 4.2 that struck. Now, let's see, I've got some of these quakes pulled up here, so I'm just going to re-pull this one here down in Texas, that 3. I'm going to pick a different one as well, because just like I said yesterday, look, these quakes that are clearly in Texas are being labeled as New Mexico quakes. Again, just kind of pointing things out here. A little bit disingenuous to be skewing data like that. But, maybe that's just me. I don't know. So, and then I have the 2 South California quakes pulled up here. So this is the first one that struck, the 4.9. And this is the follow-up, the 4.3. And I'm here looking at, like, this is like all the different station data that gets put in here. So like this magnitude comes out of like a ton of data. Now, something that I don't understand is why, like, here's the magnitude that is official, no station details contributed. Like they're hiding the data or something. But then you have all of these. So this one says it was a 5.1, this one says it was a 5, and if you look at this, I mean, it's like you get readings as high as like a 6 and as low as a 3. So, taking a page out of Dutch Sense, what he does is he throws out the highest number, throws out the lowest number, and kind of finds, roughly the average. But the amount of stations that recorded above a 5, like significantly above a 5, I mean, there's a lot. So, again, it's, that whole conspiracy thing, 4.9, blah, 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 so just a little heads up there. This was definitely at least a 5, especially given how many felt reports there were. And then the 4.3 also has above average. If they're calling it a 4.3, there's plenty of above average and below average ones here, but throw out the lowest number, throw out the highest number, and you still get closer to a mid to upper range 4 instead of what they said, which is a 4.3. So all right, I don't want to waste too much time with that, but that is, well, honestly, that's all I really want to do for this update. There's other stuff going on, there's volcanoes, there's this, there's that, and there's the other. But that was just kind of my little update for today. So hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one.